Okay, please rise for the presentation of colors and singing of our national anthem. I would ask you to please remain standing until the colors have left the floor. At this time, parade the colors.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose proud stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. On the rockets rise with gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? We're free.
Retire the colors. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. At this time, I'd like to present the principal of South Kitsap High School, Mr. David Colombini.
Good morning. and welcome to graduation 2004. I would like to welcome parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, friends, brothers and sisters, and distinguished guests, which are from my right. Mr. Kurt Wagner, Assistant Superintendent of Instruction, Board Member, Mr. Greg Scott, School Board Member, Mr. Keith Garten, Superintendent of the South Kitsap School District, Dr. Beverly Cheney, School Board Member, Mr. Chris Lemke, School Board Member, Ms. Patty Henderson, School Board Member, Mr. Jim Huff, Assistant Superintendent of Student Services, Mr. Bill Wyant, Associate Principal and responsible for the class of 2004, Mr. Jerry Lumberg. I'd like to also welcome and acknowledge Lillian Amrine and Spencer Iacolucci, the two counselors for the senior class this morning. Thank you for all your hard work the last 3 years. Mr. Mike Downham and the video production crew, thank you for being here this morning. Mr. Gary Grams and the band, thank you, Mr. Grams, the band this morning. The highlighters who sang that beautiful national anthem. Mr. Mike Allen, instructor. The sign language choir this morning for their beautiful rendition of the national anthem. Their instructors, Karen Johnson and Claudia Kilroy. And especially to all the staff members that are with us today, thank you for being a part of our graduation. We couldn't do it without you. Thank you. It goes without saying, ladies and gentlemen, this is a very exciting day. The graduates before us, their life is in front of them. It's full of anticipation for the future. The main reason we were here is to support them. The greatest congratulations go, graduates, to your parents and all of those that have supported you over these 18 years. No one has ever accomplished much alone. And I know that you've had that support over the last 18 years. And I think it's only fitting at this time that you show them your appreciation. I would like you to stand up, turn around, and give all the parents and support your round of applause and thank you. Thank you, graduates. It is with great pleasure this morning that I introduce to you our first speech for the class of 2004. Would you please welcome a young lady who has been full of leadership and character throughout her career at South Kitsap for the last 3 years, Miss Emily Randall.
Thank you, Mr. Colombini. I have always liked short answer tests more than multiple choice tests. That's weird, right? Multiple choice tests are great because if you don't know the answer, you have at least 3 from which to choose. Well, okay, I'll give them that. But I like a little more freedom. Sometimes one answer isn't all the way right, or another needs a little bit more justification. I find myself squeezing cramped writing underneath answer C. This was right because blah, blah, blah. Scantrons are the worst because they can't read my disclaimers. I've done this for a long time, but only recently have I discovered its significance in the real world. Are you ready? There are no right answers. Breathe. It's scary, especially for someone who has spent most of her life arguing at any and every possible moment, loving it when she proves she's right. However, it's true. Life has no certainties. Even math and gravity were once theories. I'm not saying to reject that 1 + 1 = 2, but remember that there are negative numbers and imaginary numbers. Always read the questions carefully. There could be room for maybes. I love to learn. Math, English, science, sewing, every subject is fair game. Yet what I used to look at as a desire to know everything, I now think of as a desire to be informed. Because we can't know everything. Facts are always changing. Statistics in our government books have to be updated. Webster's comes out with new editions because there are new words. And scientific discoveries are made daily. That is why we need to go through life with an open mind, accepting that there are no right answers. What's going to happen tomorrow? Who knows? Not me. But I still plan. I set goals. I know what I want to be when I grow up, mostly. I have an idea of how I'm going to get there, often changing as that idea may be. What is important is to be flexible, like I'm hoping my teachers will be when they read underneath answer C. I always try to prepare myself for the ever-present option that they will not agree. I expect the unexpected. One day in 9th grade, a friend of mine was going to try out for the high school soccer team. Then we had a huge earthquake, so we didn't have the opportunity. But he achieved his goal the next year when he played on the team. When I was in 3rd grade, I told my teacher I wanted to learn calculus. I think I had just seen Stand and Deliver. I didn't, of course, but last year I took the advanced placement test. We cannot know, as we stand in the produce department at Safeway, which orange is going to taste sweet and juicy and which will be dry. And we cannot know, before we go to bed, that the next day we're going to lose someone we love. If this seems like an excuse to give up and stop searching for knowledge, I am not making my point at all. Every day is a new opportunity to be taught, but we must look beyond memorized figures from history books and search for truth. Sometimes figures are wrong, textbooks are old, and teachers don't know the answers to our questions. No one has all the answers. Our best bet is to try and find out all the options before we make a choice, but to allow for discrepancy. Martina Horner, president of Radcliffe College, once said, "What is important is to keep learning, to enjoy challenge, and to tolerate ambiguity. In the end, there are no certain answers." Here's to going out into the world, conscious of our ignorance, but always ready to learn new things. Thank you. This time it is my honor to introduce Laura Morgan.
Good morning. It's truly my honor to be speaking to the class of 2004. You know what's really strange? How quickly time passes after spending our whole child life wishing we were adults. Now here we are, and it's just a little hard to grasp. It feels like just yesterday we were standing in the same position at 9th grade graduation. Middle school. And junior high, such a joyous time for all of us, free of maturity and not a care in the world. We're all naive to the danger that lacked just around the corner. We're unaware that the carefree world we lived in was about to come crashing to the ground in a blazing inferno known as real schoolwork and responsibility. otherwise known as high school. By the end of our sophomore year rolled around, some of us were feeling the need to get away from SK, so we enrolled into Skill Center and/or Running Start. We just wanted to get on with our lives. But as many teachers have clearly demonstrated over the last 4 years, is you never can get too old or too mature to have a little fun in high school. High school is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Take my word for it. I've seen the world, and it's not such a pretty place. If you can believe it, there's no extra credit. There are so many experiences from high school that we will all carry with us throughout our whole entire lives that will ultimately help determine what kind of person we are. What we have now come to realize is that high school is a time when you make bonds with people, bonds you may or may not continue with as you grow older. But in the long run, you are better off because of them. More importantly, you develop the skills you need to survive out in the world today. That is what we all have gained in the last 4 years. Our teacher, parents, and administration have been preparing us to take the next step into life as adults. The world can be a little scary and even overwhelming. But we know this entire class is capable of facing any problems or any challenge that may cross their path. After 4 years of wishing it was over, now here we are. We wish we could go back. But it is time for each and every single one of us to look to the future and to the endless possibilities and opportunities that each and every single one of you will be presented with. I want to sincerely thank you for giving me the best school years of my life. I would like to end this speech with a quote from William Arthur Ward. If you can imagine it, you can act it. If you can dream it, you can become it. Good luck, class of 2004. Thank you. I'd like to hand this over to your guys' last and final principal, Mr. David Colombini.
Thank you, Laura. I'd also like to thank the NJROTC unit for their participation this morning. Thank you, Captain Tetrick, for having them here. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to announce to you the presentation of the class of 2004 to Dr. Beverly Cheney. Dr. Cheney, I can certify that these graduates have made completion of all requirements from the state of Washington. Please welcome Dr. Cheney.
Thank you, Mr. Colombini. Well, today is the final milestone in your journey from childhood through adolescence. High school graduation is the rite of passage that signifies the end of the first stage and the beginning of the next stage of your life. In passing from childhood to adulthood, you will move from an age of dependence to one of independence. The adults who have influenced your childhood and adolescence, and upon whom you relied to be the decision makers, now assume the role of advisor and guide, while you, the emerging adult, assume the role of a decision maker, and with your newfound independence, become responsible and accountable for the decisions and choices you make from this day forward. Consequently, the next stage of your life, adulthood, is filled with opportunity and possibilities. Now, as members of what is being called the millennial generation, you are the world's future problem solvers who will insist on solutions to accumulated problems and injustices. You are confident, sociable, optimistic, moral, motivated, assertive, civic-minded, and somewhat impatient. Consequently, as you face the world of your future, you won't be satisfied with just talking about change, but will take action to initiate it. As I look out at the members of the class of 2004 and the staff, parents, and family members who have come today to witness and celebrate this last milestone of childhood, I am reminded of Supreme Court Justice Sandra Day O'Connor, who once said, "We don't accomplish anything in the world alone, and whatever happens is the result of the whole tapestry of one's life and all the weavings of individual threads from one to another." Consequently, this is a grand celebration because it is filled with the joys of celebrating not only the whole tapestry, the students who sit before us and their accomplishments, but also of honoring and recognizing the intricate weavings of the individual threads, our parents, families, and staff, who into a beautiful pattern of encouragement, love, and support that gave strength, character, and symmetry to the tapestry of students before you today. The future of our community, our country, and our world will now be in your capable hands. You are the leaders of the future, and I am confident that you will lead well, for your tapestry has the strengths of your threads of knowledge, skills, and experiences, and the moral compass of your threads of characters, values, and beliefs, all woven by your hands and the hands of your parents, families, and teachers. A unique design that will guide you as you face the challenges of your future. Good luck as you begin your next journey, and may everyone you encounter on the way add to the richness to the tapestry of your life. And now, on behalf of the South Kitsap School District and the Board of Directors, I proudly and humbly accept the class of 2004 for graduation and authorize the presentation of diplomas.
Do I have the first name? Okay, that's what I thought.
Once we start. Are you ready? Go.
Ready? Jonathan Shepard.
Stephanie
Ann
Ann
Peacock.
Viriaga Carrera.
Stephanie Anna Peacock.
Catherine Lawman.
Craig Allen Center.
Brittany Ann Zern.
Michael James Zoller.
Molly Elizabeth LaFerriere.
Natalie Cherie Zink.
Emily Alyssa Randall.
Donnie Zeth.
Laura Morgan.
Jacqueline York.
Crystal Marie Hargis Bennett.
Sandy Yargis.
Delynn Hampton.
Melissa C. Yaden.
Eileen Morley.
Michael Wyant.
Lars Stephen Queensland.
Kristen Wright.
Danielle Lee Kavidra.
Jeff Wright.
Marissa Krug.
Amarie Wright.
John Cryer.
Greg Wooldridge.
Lisa Kreutzer.
Daniel Waddell.
Mackenzie Kraus.
Patrick Wambolt.
Erica Kronsovich.
Lisa Marie Wilson.
Emily Rose Koski.
Stephanie Mary Walters.
Stephanie Marie Kono.
Reed Zimmer.
Nathan John David Kohlberg.
Laura Wilson.
Christopher Kahneman.
Daniel Kern Wilson Jr.
Bradley James Klinzing.
Mark Allen Williams Jr.
Cody Kirchhoffner.
Angel Lynn Wilkinson.
Brandon Michael Kingsbury.
Janelle Weirman.
Colleen Mary Killian.
Ashley Wickline.
Brittany Kioe.
Andrew Whiting.
Andrew Lawrence Kenyon.
Tristan Wharton.
Molly Kennedy Keys.
Corey Westland.
Sarah Kennedy.
Brandon Werder.
Patrick James Kelly.
Abigail Marie Weatherhead.
Joseph Allen Kelly.
Stephen Warner.
Jabian Kelly.
Jessica Marie Wamsher.
Daniel T. Keller.
Cody Marie Wallace.
Tawny Lynn Keaton.
Caleb Wilson.
Valerie Christine Contis.
Amanda Marie Wilkins.
Jesse James.
Jacob Leon Warren.
Connor K.O. Maddox.
Brian Waldbillig.
Anna Cash.
Tracy Renee Virgillo.
William J. Cammon.
Kimberly Dawn Vines.
Sarah Kale.
Susanna Volato Walker.
Cole Juntanen.
Matthew Ventura.
Leah Juntila.
John Van Gilkirken.
Christopher Ryan Jordan.
Lorena Van Bibber.
Brian Johnston.
Fernando Vaya.
Josh Johnson.
Aaron Yusita.
Jackie Joe.
Scott Tuberville.
Angelina Jimenez.
Christopher Trinnell.
Jennifer Jenkins.
Shauna Renejian True.
Emily Jacobson.
Sarah Beth Keung True.
Amber Brooke Jacobs.
Bryn Trudeau.
Sean Jackson.
Bree, I'm sorry.
Jessica Diane Iverson.
Lonnie Marie Tostenrud.
Carl David Johnson.
Timothy Teresin.
Nick Hupka.
Joel Torres.
Leanne Irwin.
Christina Stufloten.
Candace Irons.
Brian Thompson.
Clayton Michael Hutchins.
Sarah Thompson.
Rachel Hurst.
Brittany Ann Thompson.
Daniel Hunt.
Robbie Thomas.
Ashley Marine Hulse.
Kelsey Thomas.
Elliot Holscher.
Don Thomas.
Rachel Lynn Hoff.
Tiffany Taylor.
Kelsey Jane Hudson.
Cassandra Marie Swope.
Selena Rubensky.
Maureen Patricia Savak.
Carrie Elizabeth Howell.
Marina Sa.
Snow Lynn Hoskins.
Sean Strout.
Christy Hopkins.
Garrett Lee David Stroud.
Jessica Ann Holtquist.
Carrie Marie Strauss.
Ruth Holloway.
Josh Straypack.
Ryan Hoffman.
Kim Story.
Chelsea Nicole Hoffman.
Jonathan Spencer Terry.
Jimmy Hotel.
Kristen Stoddard.
Kyla Momelani Yukimi Ho.
Rochelle Stockwell.
Angela Hill.
Nadia Stewart.
Kevin Hike.
Chris Allen Stevens.
Shanna Hickey.
Marisa Stevens.
Robert Thomas Hendricks.
Robert Stebbleton.
Amanda Henderson.
Savannah Ray Starkweather.
Jessica Hemphill.
Stephen Stacy.
Brittany Carmen Helms.
Jamie Spirey.
Thomas Heisler.
Kayla Christine Spencer.
Rachel Heisler.
Sam Spears.
Stephanie Hett.
Stephen Spalding.
Jesse David Hayes.
Tony Soul,
Melanie Renee Hawks,
Alex Solomon,
Riley Hawkins,
Stephanie Solaric,
Tiffany Lynn Haugen,
Cassandra Soti,
Darren Noel Hartshorn,
Kathleen Rose Snyder,
Colin Hartkey,
Rebecca Deanne Snyder,
Mac Grout,
Jason Ray Smith,
Margot Elizabeth Harrison,
Season Nicole Snuffer,
Linda Harris,
Wayne Snodgrass,
Crystal Harper,
Jessica Smitley,
Nicole Jean Harless,
Suzanne Smith,
Dylan Hardman,
Matthew Smith,
Trinda Hansen,
Kyle Christopher Smith,
Shannon Haney,
Rebecca Silva,
Kyle Anthony Hancock,
Yvonne Siete,
Cullen Ham,
Tara Kate Seams,
Scott Hamilton,
Kelly Marie Sheridan,
Stephen Hames,
Jessica Gabrielle Shadow,
Heather Grindy,
Joshua Morgan Shadbolt,
Kira Rochelle Griggs Eklund,
Nicole Sebastian,
April Gresseth,
Julie Scott,
Venetia Green,
Ryan Schur,
Rose Green,
Katrina Lee Smith,
Stephanie Eileen Gray,
Emily LaFay Slay,
Stephen Goosey,
Jared Schmitz,
Julie K. Gooding,
Matthew Schrodel,
Benjamin Good,
Scott Schroeder,
Eric Michael Gonzalez,
Marisa Jean Schmidgel,
CJ Godfrey,
Andrew Schillereth,
Christopher Michael Thomas Godek,
Jay Schiller,
Christine Glasser,
Courtney Rose Schenfeld,
Sherry K. Givens,
Tracy Shaman,
Sergio Daniel Gingrich,
Catherine Nicole Schalliger,
Tuesday Gilchrist,
Chris Schalliger,
Jessica Gilbert,
Rayani C. Santos,
Brittany Gittican,
Wendy Mae Sanders,
Lauren Gehring,
Brian A. Sanchez,
Matthew Gardner,
Ben Samuelson,
Candace Gardner,
Victor Rybachuk,
Justin Paul Gallagher,
Robin Jean Rutzi,
Joshua Fullington,
James Rule III,
Eric Gabriel,
Joe Rowe,
Alyssa Fox,
Mara Lynn Rouse,
Richard Fine,
Brent Roter,
Kyle Fuget,
Thomas Charles Ross,
Kendra Fudge,
Dawn Talina Roan,
Allison Lindsay Fry,
Caleb Romack,
Danielle Friend,
Micah Rorick,
Jesse Free,
Rachel Robison,
Amelia Lorraine Freeman,
Robbie Robinson,
Sarah Elaine Freed,
David Robinson,
Casey Fox,
Brian Robertson.
Jeff Fowler,
Jason Lamar Rourke.
David Fletcher,
Craig Richardson.
Gemma Rosalind Fleming,
Christopher Reed.
Jessica Lynn Fisher,
Tommy Reeves.
Brian Fazio,
Jesse Rose Redmond.
Jessica Farrar,
Stephen Razy.
Carla Famison,
Donald Scott Roush.
Melissa Exton,
Shay Therese Pugh.
Marissa Dawn Edwards,
Rachel Christine Rank.
Christopher Lee Everson,
Robert Rakentine.
Kristen Rochelle Elton,
Janae Lynn Quisenberry.
Viasia Ellison,
Brittany Shea Quinn.
Tanya Rose Elder,
Nicole Marie Ganata.
Richard Ibert,
Francis Earl Pyle.
Ben Edwards,
Jennifer Christie Pugh.
Ashley Edwards,
Brienne Rochelle Pugh.
Gilbert Edgar,
Matthew Pritchard.
Shane Eddy,
Colin Pritchard.
Adam Durfee,
Sarah Elizabeth Price.
Wayne Dudley,
Ryan Curtis Price.
Emma Drew,
Amy Powell.
Melody Dowling,
Jonathan Dewey Potts.
Brian Donahue,
Alex Potter.
Rachel Dodson,
Stephanie Pasanza.
John Durhawk,
Brandon Pratt Stanford.
Susanna Grace Nason Delgado,
Darren Posey.
Daniel Dizone Dela Cruz,
Greg Porter.
Jeremy DeFord,
Kip Poole.
Rebecca Dobbinspec,
Drew Poley.
Christina Kamiko Anui Okalani Dargell,
Brian Pollard.
Christian Lloyd Daquilanti,
Stephanie Pizanzo.
Bonnie Dalrymple,
Linda Pizza.
Sean Adam Daly,
Benjamin Charles Pineo.
Shamika Lakel Curtis,
Jacqueline Rachel Pinkston.
Aaron Cunningham,
Mariah Philbrook.
Melissa Kreider,
Mandy Philbrook.
Nikita Cruz,
Danny Phelps.
Jeremy Kroll,
Chad Pate.
Carolyn Crockett,
Tara Peterson.
Russell Crowley,
Eric David Peterson.
Ashley Jane Cox,
Ashley Cherie Peterson.
Ray Cowles,
Brett Allen Perry.
Chris Covington,
Steve Perkins.
Carrie Covell,
Rebecca Owens.
Zach Cotton,
J.M. Lovely Perez.
Vanessa Cedarland,
Mariah Penrose.
Melissa Ann Clinton,
Brandy Ann Pearson.
Justin Cody,
Private John Taylor.
Marissa Costello,
Heather Polly.
Rory Cosgrove,
Tommy Patrick.
Crystal Cookson,
Sharon May M. Pasqua.
Tony Lynn Coleman,
Gabrielle Pangilinan.
Joshua Allen Cobb.
Ashley Palmentier.
Courtney Shea Klein.
Amber Rose Page.
Jennifer Clark.
Kristen Nicole Pacheco.
Kayla Clampett.
Stephen Pace.
Stephanie Cisneros.
Blake Pablo Jerome.
Jeffrey Purcell Sink.
Adam Owsley.
Michael Sigletti.
Megan Elizabeth Outerkirk.
Billy Choi.
Sasha Osterman.
Thomas Arlen Cherry.
Lauren Osborne.
Brandon Cheney.
Stephanie DeLynn Olson.
Kathy Chen.
Jason Nod.
Sierra Marie Cosgrove.
Zach Oliver.
Jacqueline Ann Cash.
Joshua Stewart Ogle.
Danielle Carver.
Monica Oak.
Marissa Caruso.
Nichelle Audie.
Christopher Michael Carroll.
Henry Jim Nuki.
Amanda Ashley Cardenas.
Joanne L. Norton.
Karina Contiana.
Elisha Norman.
Chantel Marie Campos.
Eric William Nielsen.
John Campbell.
Brent Nickerson.
Kimberly Calvin.
Melissa Marie Ness.
Jenna Kyrus.
James Nelson.
Kriya Kabeling.
Nicole Nation.
Andrew Cabanis.
Carla Miles.
Kimberly Butcher.
Brad Meiskens.
Naomi L. Burt.
Keenan Murray.
John Burns.
Andrea Elaine Mullen.
Summer Burke.
Megan Lee Mortensen.
Christina Bowie.
Sarah Elizabeth Norris.
Tina Brousseau.
Kelsey Ann Morgan.
Brecklin Levon Bradford.
Mallory Sky Morgan.
David Brewer.
Victor Moore.
Philip Broussard.
Bonnie Mooney.
Katie Ann Bruce.
Amber Milner.
Nathan Brock.
Stephen Robert Millard.
Angela Nunez Britton.
Lynette Marie Millard.
Christopher Anthony Bridges.
Gregory John Millard.
David Scott Brannon.
Alexandra Michael.
Bryce Harrison Branch.
Brianna Mercer.
Renee Marie Bradley.
Joseph Quismundo Mercado.
Leah Bradley.
Jennifer Nicole Mendoza.
Amanda Bowers.
Christina Ann Myros.
Joel Borka.
Alessandra Mora.
Rebecca Borchers.
Tyler Moore.
Charlene Booth.
Carissa Love Merrill.
Jonathan Borman.
Gavin Meggs.
Chelsea Bonfiglio.
Diana Masterson.
Jacob William Bowling.
Nichelle Martin.
Cody Brinkerhoff.
Shelby McQueen.
Megan Blue.
Aaron McMahon.
Alyssa Blanchard.
Jamie McLean.
Melissa Christine Blair.
Lauren Amber McNew.
Natalie Bittner.
Kendra Danae McKelvey.
Madeline Bishop.
Amy McDougall.
Ricky Bentley.
Amy McDonald.
Adam Bruce Bennett.
Katie Lynn Mazzuti.
Leslie Ann Benjamin.
Kynan Maynard.
Jesse Gabriel Bellamy.
Melissa Jean Maycumber.
Jacob Matthew Bettinger.
Lindsay Elizabeth May.
Grant Beckwith.
Mary Matson.
Shelley Becker.
Heather Mason.
Alexander Leroy Becker.
Charlton Mason.
Emily Batten.
Stephanie Nicole Martin.
Breezy Baker.
Sheena Ray Martin.
Gregory Ken Barber.
Jared Martin.
Bradley Edward Armentrout.
Cheryl Martin.
Whitney Bailey.
Melissa Marshall.
Jean Edward Bailey II.
Alexander Marshall.
Sierra Avea.
Miguel Manzano.
Casey Askew.
John Manning.
Ryan Art.
Ben Mangan.
Michael James Arbogast.
Ryan Mays.
Jeffrey Andrus.
Matthew McKenzie.
Connor James Andreessen.
Jerry Ann Lynch.
Mason Anderson.
Robin Lysette.
John Anderson.
Jeremy Luffer.
Daryl Anderson.
Stephen Michael Lucy.
Christopher John Anderson.
Tara Lucas.
John Aflatooni.
Brian Loynd.
Tara Lynn 80.
Scott Lowe.
Christopher Ryan Aber.
Jacob Dean Lovick.
Anya Maria Leon Guerrero.
Tabitha Lovejoy.
Ashley Kate Lemke.
Megan Lau.
Jeremy Lettinen.
Thomas Loney.
Nari Ann Lee.
Ethan Lorimer.
Marie Lee.
Maria Lopez.
Alden Benjamin Lee.
Becky Long.
Danielle Leask Locken.
Rabina Loken.
Lauren Elizabeth Starr Leahy.
Selena Ray Loyley.
Amanda Renee Layton.
Nicole Logston.
Kelsey Diane Laybourne.
Starla Lynn Lockhart.
Tawny Bethine Lauer.
James Matthew Lobbett.
Brian Langman.
Kelsey Marie Littleton.
Jacob Landon.
Stan Lynn.
Amanda Renee Landon.
Eric Lind.
Aliette Ligo.
Lauren Brittany Lidstrom.
Victoria Kathleen Lottie.
Mike Lewis.
Ricky Lee LeBlanc.
Leslie Lewis.
Ryan Berdinka.
Allison Rachel Lewis.
Ian Douglas Bear.
Derek Letman.
Gil Camacho.
Mark Lovato.
Scotty Camacho. Jim Gagner. Pat Thompson. Carla Cadario. Anna Hine. Jessica Jacobs. Izumi Kitagawa. Ariana Elena Moschieto. Greg Plasnowski. Yelena Stanovova.
Okay, at this time, I would like to introduce Crystal Hargis Bennett, accompanied by Dylan Hampton and the Senior Sign Choir, who will present I Will Remember You.
I will remember you. Will you remember me? Don't let your life pass you by. Weep not for the memories. Remember the good times that we had. Let them slip away from us when things got bad. Clearly I first saw you smiling in the sun. Wanna feel your warmth upon me. I wanna be the one. I will remember you. Will you remember me? Don't let your life pass you by. Weep not for the memories. I'm so tired, but I can't sleep. Standing on the edge of something much too deep. It's funny how I feel so much, but I cannot say a word. We are screaming inside, or we can't be heard. I will remember you. Will you remember me? Don't let your life pass you by. Weep not for the memories. Remember the good times that we had. Let them slip away from us when things got bad. Well, once there was a darkness, a deep and endless night. You gave me everything you had, and oh, you gave me life. I will remember you. Will you remember me? Don't let your life pass you by. Weep not for the memories. I will remember you.
Oh, you're there. At this time, I would like to introduce Stephanie Peacock, Craig Center, and Jonathan Shepard.
Class of 2004. We have come a long way these past 4 years. It's been an honor to represent all of you. Since we started here 3 years ago, we have all tremendously grown and matured in many ways. Through community involvement, school-wide activities, and even athletic events, we have left a lasting image as the class of 2004. Since I had attended all 3 junior highs, I've had the awesome opportunity to build relationships with most of you sitting here today. Being your class and ASB president these past years has been a great experience for me. Now that it's all over, I can honestly say that I've enjoyed every single minute of it.
All of you sitting here today in these maroon robes have something to be proud of. Whether or not you are involved in the clubs, sports, drama, photo, the music department, or any other part of our school, you have helped contribute to this class and make it what it is today. This class is full of many individuals who will add diversity and make a positive impact on our society. Being a representative this year has really shown me what this class is about. We are about drive and determination, the want to succeed, and we have the ability to do all of this and still have fun at the same time. From community service projects to sports teams, I've seen over and over again just how much we can all accomplish. So be proud of what you've done, and I wish you all the best of luck.
I'd like all of you to think back to the last day of 9th grade. You were probably getting your yearbook signed and waiting anxiously for summer and eventually high school to begin. Flash forward to today. These 3 years have come by so fast and we have come so far. And now we're finished with all of high school. We've all had experiences and built relationships that have created memories which will last a lifetime. So I'd like to leave all of you with a thought. As you're sitting in your chair, knowing that this long ceremony is finally coming to an end, think about the future that waits outside these Tacoma Dome doors. Whether it be grad night, summer, work, college, or just sleeping in, go out there and give it your best. And that's something for all of us to think about.
So go out and make it a great day today.
Because today is our last day at SK.
And with that thought, I'd like to introduce Mr. David Colombini.
I guess I don't have to say anything. Those were my thoughts. Stephanie, you gave it away. You kept looking over me and smiling, so I knew something was up. Before I start my formal speech, class, I just want to say a couple things to you. I just want to say thank you. I think on behalf of the staff, the people sitting behind me, you are an incredible bunch of human beings. It's your character that stands out. It's how you walk the talk. It's all those hundreds of hours of community service behind the scenes that a lot of people really don't know about what high school kids do. And I have to say that I am privileged to be associated with you, and I really do mean that. I say this all the time, but it is so true. We get so many compliments about our student body at South Kitsap High School. And it's because of people like you who have led the way. Most importantly, for our underclassmen to watch.
and for that I am extremely grateful. Community, you need to know that this group sitting in front of you was awarded $1.5 million in scholarships to continue their education. Isn't that something? Just lets you know the kind of people that sit before us. And to the community, we thank you for bringing them to us, because we know without your influence, they would not be who they are today. Class of 2004. As I stand before you as your principal, I want to let you know that I always remember this class with fondness. You have given me numerous occasions to be proud of you. Your amazing leadership at school and in the community has been outstanding. The compassion that you have for each other has reached the community in several ways. Your enthusiasm for school pride has been an inspiration to your underclassmen. And before I bid you a fond farewell, I would like to give you some thoughts to ponder. Some of you have your plans laid out before you. Others may not be so sure, but at one time or another throughout your 18 years, I bet all of you have asked the question, what can I get out of life, or what does life have to offer me? This morning, I would like to challenge you to think about what you have to give. Some of you may have heard of Sergeant Shriver. His daughter is famous newscaster Maria Shriver, who is married to the governor of California, Arnold. Sergeant was born into wealth, but chose to devote his life creating programs that would help the poor. He started the Peace Corps for people who are very young or very poor overseas. The creation of the Peace Corps was an exciting time for America because never had there been a program promoting peace and helping internationally. It was the first of many Sergeant Shriver's programs in America. Now, Sergeant Shriver's wife, Eunice Kennedy, created the Special Olympics. Over the years, because of their giving, they have brought joy to millions of young Americans. Sergeant believes everybody can be happy and fulfilled if they can concentrate their time on people other than themselves. He suggested, help other people to achieve the maximum of their ability, and you will find your own ability is enhanced. Helen Keller once said, I long to accomplish a great and noble task, but it is my chief duty to accomplish a small task as if it were great and noble. Class of 2004, approach each day ready to give of yourself to the small task. The quality of your efforts is more important than the quantity. Everyone can do something. It is up to you to do what you can. You might even change a life. Finally, some of you are wondering about, what do I have to give? It may be a while before you find the answer, but never give up the search. Be patient toward all that is unresolved in your heart, but live the questions now. Perhaps you will then gradually, without noticing it, live a long, some distant day into the answer. Winston Churchill once said, we make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. I would like to end my farewell by reading to you a short story. It may answer the question, what do I have to give? Now, I know when you were very young, you had many stories read to you in school, in kindergarten, first, second grade, so I thought it was only appropriate that I end with a short story. And this is short, so bear with me. Little Chad was shy, quiet young fella. One day he came home and told his mother he'd like to make a Valentine for everyone in his class. Her heart sank. She thought, I wish he wouldn't do that, because she had watched the children when they walked home from school. Her Chad was always behind them. They laughed and hung on to each other and talked to each other, but Chad was never included. Nevertheless, she decided she would go along with her son. So she purchased the paper and glue and the crayons, and for 3 whole weeks, night after night, Chad painstakingly made 35 Valentines. Valentine's Day dawned, and Chad was beside himself with excitement. He carefully stacked them up, put them in a bag, and bolted out the door. His mom decided to bake him some favorite cookies and serve them up warm and nice with a cool glass of milk when he came home from school, because she just knew he would be disappointed. Maybe that would ease the pain a little. It hurt her to think that he wouldn't get many Valentines, maybe none at all. That afternoon, she had the cookies and milk on the table. When she heard the children outside, she looked out the window. Sure enough, here they came, laughing and having the best time. And, as always, there was Chad in the rear. He walked a little faster than usual, she noticed. She fully expected him to burst into tears as soon as he got inside. His arms were empty, she noticed. And when the door opened, she choked back the tears. Mommy has some warm cookies and milk for you, she said. But he hardly heard her words. He just marched right on by, his face all aglow, and all he could say was, not a one, not a one. Her heart sank. And then he added, I didn't forget a one, not a single one, Mom. Now I think a quote to sum up the story by Sergeant Shriver says it all. There is nothing better than spending a day with people who are getting what you have to give. Class of 2004, you want to be successful in life, go for your goals, live your dreams, but along the way, never forget to give of yourself to others. We bid you a fond farewell. And now it is my honor and privilege to introduce to you our 2004 valedictorian, who will have a few words for us, but also lead the class of 2004 in changing of the tassel. Please welcome Eileen Morley.
Thank you, Mr. Colombini. Good morning, families, friends, and staff. Graduates, we've worked so hard for so long, from learning the ABCs in kindergarten to struggling through those last few classes, third try, senior year. Now, we're finally moving out into the world, away from high school. We really have the power to change our world if we try, and I'm confident that many of you will in fact make huge contributions to our society. I'm excited, and I know you all are too, to venture out and explore new places and meet new people. Our futures will definitely be what we make of them, so be yourself and be open to fresh, new ideas too. Whether you're going to college, to work, traveling, or taking a much-needed break, I know you'll succeed in whatever you put your minds to. We've made it this far, so keep working towards all your dreams and never give up on them. At least one goal has been reached if you're sitting here today, so keep going. Not everything in high school has been enjoyable. Parts of it have been a drag, all the homework and stress. But when looking back on these last few years, remember all the great things you got to experience. Learning so much from those amazing teachers that you could really relate to has been so rewarding. Thank them for doing such a great job if you get the chance. Also, be sure to remember the fun times, because I know there have been lots of those. Sports, clubs, and other school groups have been an exciting part of my life and yours as well. And yes, cross-country runners really do run for fun. Thanks to all those coaches and advisors who helped form those unforgettable memories. Also, be sure not to let your current friends slip away as your paths part. Make sure to keep in touch, if only to reminisce about the silly fun times you spent together. Friends and family are the support group that will always be there for you, no matter what. Family doesn't have to be your genetic relatives. Those who stand by you, encourage you to do what is right, and love you unconditionally are your family. All these people in our lives have helped us more than we can ever truly comprehend. Families and cultural differences are the building blocks of this nation, and without them, we never could have made it this far. Leis, like these, represent my family's culture. As this gray-haired old man always said, "Ohana no ka'oi," family is the best. So be appreciative of all that your teachers, friends, and family have done for you. And good luck in all your future endeavors. Mahalo and thank you.
To conclude her speech, Eileen has prepared a little presentation that really symbolizes the strong partnership between school and families and all that it takes to help these students reach where they are today. Family and family traditions will be represented by the Leis, and Dr. Wagner and I, dressed in our academic clothing here, will represent the traditions of academia.
Graduates of the class of 2004, please stand for the changing of the tassel and remain standing for the singing of our alma mater. On the count of 3, change your tassel. 1, 2, 3. I now have the pleasure of introducing our senior highlighters to lead us in the alma mater.
We stand true to